You realize you just made that up, that's just totally fake. Corporations don't pay a dime? That's absurd. Why would you say that on a national show, knowing it's totally inaccurate and incorrect? So, Desiree, should we be raising taxes right now, as Joe Biden wants to do?
I am from the great state of Ohio, and I'm the granddaughter of sharecroppers. I know how hard Americans are working every single day, and it is just ridiculous that corporations and millionaires and billionaires aren't paying a dime in taxes while our servers, our waitresses, our nurses, our frontline workers are paying more than Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, you realize you just made that up, that's just totally fake. Corporations don't pay a dime? That's absurd. Why would you say that on a national show, knowing it's totally inaccurate and incorrect?
The data is there. We've seen the data.
What data?
It's public.
Can you cite that, please?
I can absolutely cite it. There have been more than 55 corporations that didn't pay a dime in taxes. Look, I'm holding the penny for the people watching this
55?
show. If you
hold on, 55. 55 companies.
Paid at least a penny in taxes. If you've paid at least a penny in taxes, you've paid more taxes than many of the billionaires and corporations that have made billions of dollars in profits. And look,
okay, Desiree,
President Joe Biden is here for the working class people. That's why people voted for Joe Biden, and we're excited that we have someone who's going to stand up for the average Joe.
Yeah, you may be excited. I don't know who else is. Those 55 companies, have you looked at those? Because I looked at that study. Do you know why they didn't pay taxes? Let me tell you, because I don't think you looked at it. It was because of a provision in the CARES Act that allowed them to carry back tax losses in the prior years. And by the way, a lot of those companies, those 55 companies, also didn't pay taxes, corporate taxes, because they were using Democrat-led renewable energy credits. I'm sure you didn't know that before you made that talking point. I'm really sorry you didn't read the study first. Because by the way, the CARES Act, there isn't a single Democrat in the Senate. Well, you could disagree, but of course you're wrong. You're just making it up. That CARES Act was voted on by every single Democrat. So are you telling me that you don't agree with what the Democrats did in the CARES Act?
Under Donald Trump's leadership, corporations and America's billionaires got the biggest tax breaks, and people who are working every single day got screwed. What the CARES Act and the American Rescue Plan is helping everyday Americans. That's why we're seeing parents really excited to receive the child tax credit. People are getting more money now to help lift themselves out of poverty. And it's working.
You're saying
and people
that corporations
like it.
didn't pay taxes because of the CARES Act, and then you're saying you like the CARES Act. So I'm confused. I think you're confused too. So let me just move on. So you're saying the billionaires and millionaires don't pay enough. What are the top 1%? What percentage of income taxes paid do the top 1% pay? Do you know?
I think you're asking the wrong question. The question is why
it's just a
aren't
simple
corporations
number. You can
and
answer
billionaires?
You don't know, do you?
The question is why aren't corporations and billionaires paying their fair share? And people who are working on the front lines in the middle of a pandemic are paying more.
Just guess. What are the top 1% paying?
Billionaires and corporations aren't paying
you have no idea. The answer is they pay 40%.
They aren't paying a cent. They aren't paying a cent in taxes.
Actually, if you look at actual data, you might want to try that sometimes. The top 1% actually pay 40% of all income tax. Did you know that? Were you aware of that? Or is this you just finding this out now on the show?
You know, I really love your story of your mother-in-law and how she came to this country. It's so beautiful about how hardworking people are working so hard. And people just like my grandfather, who was a sharecropper, people who are working in Ohio in factories, they aren't getting their fair share because corporations and billionaires aren't contributing. It's the people on the front lines. You know this. It's the people on the front lines.
You just made all of that up, okay, all of it. I just gave you the numbers, and amazingly, you're still sticking to a totally discredited, absurd talking point that corporations and rich people don't pay anything. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. You may want to try looking that up.
The data is there.
Desiree,
it's public.
Yep.
You know this. You know this. It's public information.
I know. We just showed it to you. I know it. You don't. So thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for having me.